What is up, guys, and I present to you the brand spanking new GameStop exclusive Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Goldar Lightning Collection figure. Man, that was a mouthful. But if you follow me on Instagram, you already saw me post this guy, so you already knew he was coming. Now, I've been really looking forward to getting this figure, so let's get this review started. Starting with the box, I'm gonna get this beautiful gold color and this gorgeous artwork by Instagram handle Strong Stuff. I love his style and how he uses color segments instead of lines to define the details. I mean, it's really strong stuff. Here's the top with the gold color and the other side with a bigger picture of Goldar. Here's the back with an awesome glam shot of Goldar, which actually looks a little bit better than the figure, but it's okay, the figure still looks good. There's some Lego jumbo. And here's the bottom with the UPC. And there he is, guys, Goldar and his fancy accessories. Now, the overall gold on this figure doesn't look quite as nice as a Toy Fair prototype that we saw, but it still has its pluses, which I'll get to in the close-ups. So, let's get to close-ups. Starting with the head, we get an amazingly detailed sculpt. Just look at that. All the wrinkles, lines, the contours, they really nailed the look. And the eyes are so accurately and perfectly painted. It's just, oh, I love the red too. It's very glossy and gives it that kind of devilish red eye look. The gold on his chin looks great as well, and the overall detail on the helmet is just fantastic. Just look at that. They really did a good job on this Goldar. And they actually have a little red neck liner underneath there, which is awesome. Nice detail. The hair here looks great as well, or the dreads or braids or whatever it is. They're very soft, very well sculpted all the way around. Just look at that. And it's actually very soft. It's like the Power Rangers line of figures seems to use very soft material, which is very, I don't know if I like it or hate it yet, but it seems durable. Now, something to note on the gold paint is although the helmet is molded in a gold material, they did actually add some gold paint right here on the headband on the front. It's a little bit hard to see, but if you look at the contrast from the back, see how it's all just a monotone color gold? And then there's actually a different shade there. They actually painted the headband, and you can see it better on the body right there. As you can see, there's that gold, it's darker, and then you have that gold material on the sides. And it's actually this detail here that differentiates it from the prototype model, because in the prototype it looks like they actually painted over this marbly plastic, which gave it a very smooth look, and since they didn't paint it on the final product, you get kind of a rougher marbly look. But you still get the gold paint here, which is great, although they did kind of a sloppy paint job. As you can see, it's like they were like blah, 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 there's a little gap there, and they were like flip, I'm done, and then it goes on to the back. You see how it just ends right there. But overall, the details look great, and this material is so soft. I mean, look at that. It's just even the, let's see if I can get that to squish. You can kind of see it bending right there. You can see it especially when the hole, I can warp the hole by bending the plastic. It's very, very soft material. Same thing for his shoulder blades. You can see how they added paint right there. Very soft material. And then, oh, you can see the butterfly joints in there too. Ooh, look at that. Pretty awesome. They actually added butterfly joints for Goldar. Looks like the base of his figure is red, as you can see it in there. But yeah, soft there. The arms, though, don't have any paint whatsoever. It's just the gold mold. Gold mold, that rhymed. And it's marbly, so it looks pretty cool. The details are fantastic, though, all the way around. Definitely props to whoever sculpted this figure, because it is spot on, ridiculously awesome. Alright, now moving on to legs, we get some seriously strong stuff details. I need to stop. His loincloth armor thingamajiggy looks pretty awesome, except for the paint on that third dot right there. It looks like it got scuffed off when it got packaged or something, so that's meh. Might have to repaint that. But you see the same like painting going on as they did on the top. Oh, I like how they kind of strapped his tail in. I don't remember if that was the way it was in the show, but I might have to revisit that to see it. Very soft as well. Super, oh, you see the red base there. They got some detail on his Goldar underwear as well, as you can see, so that was kind of interesting. But anyways, as I said, the paint, they actually put the gold paint on the outer edge right there. You can see the differentiation with that gold piece right there. And then they actually gold painted the internal portions there and not the outside. And as for the legs here, they continue the tradition of pretty much zero paint on it, although it does look pretty nice. It has a marbly look to it. It's shiny, which I like, although it doesn't have as smooth a finish as the prototype, but I like marbling on certain things, and this one is one of them, so I'm okay with that. They did paint the knees there red, and then they added gold paint on the kneecaps, although something I want to point out, if you look closely, you can see there's like some kind of cracks in the paint. It's like the paint's like, I don't know, just didn't dry correctly and kind of chipped. Get that angle, yeah, you can see it a little bit there. And I had another figure that I checked and it actually looks the same, so that seemed to be an issue with this figure, or maybe just those two, I don't know. But definitely you can check that out before you get it to make sure yours looks better, or if it looks like that, just know it's probably an issue with the figure. But the rest of the leg looks great. Lovely details on the bottom there. Love the straps and all that details, his little kind of hooky foot thingamajiggies right there. The knee pads are actually hard, they're not soft as you would think they would be. And then there's the bottom of his feet with legal fadarp and little peg hole manoles. Oh, and random side note, easiest figure to stand I've ever had. I mean, just his feet are just so wide and they plant so well. It's like, you know, you have to like usually finagle feet to get them to sit perfectly flat. Not with this guy. He's just so easy to stand. I love it. I love it. And as for the articulation, whew, it's a doozy. First off, his head rotates in a full circle, but you have to kind of get his hair out of the way, and then it goes all the way around. It's kind of a pain, so I don't know if you'd want to do that, but still, you can. And he doesn't seem to have his hair got caught on the little thing there. And then it doesn't seem to have side to side. It's more of a wiggle, as you can see. It's like it just wiggles, so I wouldn't really call that side to side articulation. Same thing with up and down. It's more of a wiggle and it springs back because of the hair, so that's a buzzkill. And the arm can rotate a decent way up because of the soft shoulder thing right there, so you can actually go like that. That's about as far as you can push it, but I don't know why you'd want to. You might actually tear the thingamajiggy. Comes back around, although it gets kind of stuck. Okay, I had it backwards and I had to wiggle it. But anyways, you get butterfly joints right there. Goes that far back. Pretty impressive, and then quite a bit forward, which is awesome. Definitely always love the butterfly joints. Pretty cool looking there. Just fun to look at, I don't know why. But anyways, he also has a bicep swivel right there and a double jointed elbow right there, and then his hand spins in a circle and does the typical flappy do. Now the waist swivels what's super awesome slash crazy cool because I mean, first off, it goes in a circle and it actually has click positioning, so it actually holds its place, which is nice. Goes sideways quite a bit, and it's on a ball joint overall. It goes very far forward, very far back, and as you can see, you also have an ab crunch, which is kind of redundant because if you see here, this is just without the ab crunch. All the way back, you have that tiny gap, so you just do one click backwards, you hear that click, and then you're maxed out. So that was kind of pointless. And then click it back forward, and then when you try to go forward, I mean, it's already getting pinned here, so you can kind of bend it. You can either put this forward like that, or you can put it underneath like that. And if you really want, you can really just kind of get it forward like that, and that's pretty much what you can do there. I don't know why you want to do that because you're really crushing that front, but it is possible to do. So yeah, that's a very interesting waist swivel. And for the legs here, they go quite a bit forward, as you can see. Go just like that, and it goes quite a bit forward. Pretty impressive. Although back, not so much. As you can see, it gets stuck on this bootay piece right there. It doesn't go much farther behind that, which is a bummer. Bummer. And then you get the usual thigh swivel and the ubiquitous double jointed knee, and then the ankle spins in a circle, goes forward, goes hold on, you got to line that up. It's kind of weird because as you can see, this ball joint, it spins in a circle, but at the same time, what's weird is you can actually rotate the foot independent of that circle, so it's like super articulate, but make sure that's lined up so you don't snap it off. Goes that far back and that far forward. Man, I don't know why, I just really love the way they made his feet. It's just so flat and just perfect. It's just, I love it. And for his first accessories, he comes with his extra hands here, one of which is the grabbing hand, like so, looking pretty awesome. And then the fisted hand, so he can just punch people with. And then you just pop the hand like so, which leads to my one gripe about the Lightning Collection line, and that's the hands right here and the peg. When you compare it to a Marvel Legend hand like this Thor dude right here, you can see that the pegs are very different. The Legends line has a thicker and shorter peg, while the Lightning Collection has a very long and thin one. And the problem with that is that you have to be extra careful when putting the hand in, because as you can see there, the extra length and thinness gives it too much leverage and ease of bending, so you have to make sure you go very straight. Oh, actually nearly went sideways there. And then make sure it doesn't bend, otherwise you'll snap it and it'll just be bad, and that's what it looks like. And I put the wrong hand on the wrong arm. Alright, there we go. There's the right hand on the right arms and the left hand's on the right arm as well. And you got the fist and the hand, and it's kind of cool. You can kind of make them do the whole I am calculating and stuff. Not really, because I'm just Goldar and Lord Zed and Rita does all the thinking. And next up we have his sword here, which looks really great. They really put great detail into this sword, and the little red dot there looks great as well. The paint's pretty awesome. Some of them though don't have the best paint, but something to look out for. And of course it's extremely soft and bendy, which is pretty good. And then this part right here though is actually pretty hard and pretty sharp. I mean, if you put your finger there and then went BAM, you'd probably have a very bad day. And then next up is his purple lightning effect here, which is pretty awesome, pretty soft, and I don't really understand the point of it, but all the lightning collection figures seem to come with it. I guess, I don't know, maybe that's a play on words, lightning collection, lightning effect, I don't know. But anyways, hey, it slides right into the sword. There's a cool little gap right there, so you can actually stick the sword in, so it actually holds it in place. Same thing for this side, it kind of grabs the sword there, grabs the sword, grapples, same thing. But anyways, yeah, that's what it looks like with the lightning effect for the lightning collection. Okay, I think I'm starting to get it now. And next up are his wings, which look really good. They're actually both the same. They're just, you know, one left side, one right side, so we'll take a closer look at just one of them there. But just look at all the feather details on that. It's really just wowzers. I mean, in this one they actually added like little highlights, some blue highlights to give some definition. You can tell this is the front because that's where all the paint is in that side, and then this has no paint in the back, which is kind of a bummer. If you're good with the paintbrush, you could fix that. And the material they use for this is very soft, like ridiculously soft, like wowza soft. And then it also has some articulation. As you can see, it rotates like so. But here's what's kind of weird is that this part right here is also soft. So this one works fine, you know, the joint's okay and all that stuff. But on my other one, the joint is actually pretty tough. So as you can see, it just kind of looks like it's going to snap instead of bend, so you have to get that leverage to kind of make it bend that way and then bend the other way. So yeah, definitely be careful about that, although the tip right here is nice and hard, so that is a plus. All right, now let's go and insert the wing there. Make sure that the painted part is facing front. There you go, just like that. Then you get the tip right here, get it into that hole right there. Now I'm pretty sure it'll probably pop out pretty easily because it is soft plastic for the armor versus the harder plastic on the wing. And then you get the other one in there, and they're both in there. And actually, you know what? Yep, pops out just easily. Pop that back in, and then voila! It's Wing Goldar, and he's back heavy now. Yeah, just kind of adjust for the weight differential there, and there we go, that works. And here's some cool poses of him, fully accessorized, looking as goldy as Goldar can be. What? Oh, and as a side note, when you turn the head, it can kind of block the wing because of the hair there, so that can be kind of annoying. So yeah, definitely just something to be aware of in case you're thinking of certain poses. And also, this is as far forward as it goes, as you can see right there, because it gets stuck on his shoulder armor, so that also is a bummer, but oh well. And for some comparisons, here he is next to some other MM Lightning figures that I never reviewed, but hey, here they are now. And here's some Bandai MM Legacy figures. Here he is next to some Marble Legends, and some more, and a little bit more. And let's not forget, SpongeBob. Well guys, this is one seriously awesome figure, and I think he was totally worth the wait. While the gold isn't quite up to snuff from what we saw from Toy Fair, it's not too bad, and the sculpt is so good that a nice coat of custom gold paint would really make him shine. Literally. But I'm still iffy about the squishiness of the Lightning Collection line. Hopefully it doesn't deteriorate in the future. Anywho dudes, thanks for joining me on another review, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
No.